And Lake Street is a really vibrant business community, and it's strong, and so many of those businesses are sticking.
I told the drug dealers, I said, you know, I respect you guys, everybody needs to make a living, but on the other hand, you know, don't do it under my time.
Everybody needs to have a voice at the table. So if all you have is, you know, middle-aged white guys owning businesses, then all you're going to get is products and services that are either geared toward or benefit middle-aged white guys and their families.
While minorities represent 22% of the Twin Cities metro population, minority-owned businesses represent only 7% of all employer firms. Minority-owned businesses have a positive cultural impact on the neighborhoods they're in, but are more likely to face economical obstacles like gentrification. We found this statistic to be surprising, so we thought we'd check it out for ourselves.
Every day when you're walking down the street, and everybody that you meet has an original point of view.
This particular spot was a drug-infested spot, and I cleaned it up myself.
When the hub came into this area, there wasn't much else happening around here.
Some of them were not very nice, and I took my machete and drove them out of the area here.
It was kind of just derelict. There weren't many other businesses in the area.
And the ones who respected me, they became my customers.
Now there's been cafes opening up around us. Patrick's Cabaret has now become Hook and Ladder. There's a bookstore moving in. There's restaurants moving in. The hub has kind of been an anchor.
Local businesses, especially ones owned by minorities, are good for neighborhoods because the money they take goes back into the community. When gentrification occurs, often the businesses that are built are big corporations that take money out of the community and send it elsewhere.
I will always go to my little hardware store and go to my little grocery store. If I've got, like, if you're planning for Thanksgiving, then I'm off to Cub, you know. But I love having the little store there, and I want to keep them there. So I'll sometimes just go buy dopey little things, and save $1 going down to Target or going down to Home Depot. I would gladly go to my little hardware store, and so I think that's so good for the communities to have that. And plus, I want to keep my money in the circular flow of my neighborhood, just like from a macro country level down to a micro business level down to your neighborhood.
I used to pay $700 for rent, and I now pay $1,300 for rent. You know, it's crazy how expensive it's becoming to live in Minneapolis, and it's a terrible thing. We're all getting priced out of the neighborhoods that we live in. I mean, we need to not have a market where people can't afford to live in the neighborhood that they made amazing.
Gentrification always refers to a stratified society where you have the wealthy up on one end of it and the poor on the other, and the low income, and it's an increasing distance between the two is the way I look at it.
These high rent prices not only affect the residents in an area, but also have an impact on the businesses. One way to support small businesses in your community is by participating in Small Business Saturday. This is a holiday that is celebrated the Saturday after Thanksgiving. It is a holiday dedicated to honoring small businesses. We asked Carrie why Small Business Saturday is important.
I think it just promotes awareness among the general public. I think a lot of people already try to support small businesses. But for those who don't, I think it's just a kind of gentle, friendly reminder that, you know, there are people out there who are doing this on a small scale, in a local scale, and that, you know, if you feel that that's an important component to your community, then you should support those people.
Supporting small minority-owned businesses is important because it's beneficial for minorities to see other successful minorities.
If you don't see examples of someone like you doing things that you want to do, then you might think that's not something that's possible for you, or that you can't do it.
Cooked the food the way I learned from the ladies in my village in Trinidad and Tobago. The whole village knew who we were. So, you know, he would say, go help the old ladies cook.
I was a business owner before I started seeking out other female business owners, it is really helpful to talk to them just so you feel like the things you're experiencing are not out of the ordinary or that you're not crazy.
We asked our interviewees what their business adds to the neighborhood they're in.
Sell a ton of affordable quality bicycles, better than what you're going to get at Target, and not what you're going to buy at our competition, which are selling, you know, $2,000 and $3,000 bikes.
For the Minneapolis, I brought spice and flavor to their lives.
That people who go to the gallery, especially who buy retail from me, I think they enjoy having a place where they can buy handmade, locally made things. I think locally made and handmade are both very important to a number of people, especially people that live in urban environments.
The 2012 census showed that out of the approximately 490,000 businesses in Minnesota, only 47,000 were owned by minorities. It is important to support minority-owned businesses because the owners are making big investments and sacrifices to provide quality goods and services to their neighborhoods, keeping the money within their community.
Because I think we kind of fall through the cracks. Okay, we are looked upon as not being worthy. But again, that's when you have to have a thick skin.
Anyone who thinks that being self-employed is going to be easier than a regular job is 180% wrong. I've never known a successful self-employed person that did not work night and day.
I love living on Lake Street because I can walk down the street and there's so many different communities that are anchored as I live here.
Don't know much about history, don't know much biology, don't know much about a science book, don't know much about the French I took, but I do know that